Hey Collective, welcome to Intuitive Goddess Tarot 911. I'm Jenny. Welcome in or welcome back. I was called to do a specific message tonight. It was an intuitive download I got a couple days ago, but it's just been balls crazy lately. So the message was, you were raised to abandon yourself to care for others. So I don't know who this is for. But we are going to find out. So if you're new here, welcome. I always say these readings are timeless, so whenever you're seeing it, you're meant to. And then, if it resonates, great, but if it's not for you, then it's not for you. All right, so let's get started, because it's been plaguing me for a couple of days. So we're going to use this deck. So I hope you guys are doing amazing. Happy Wednesday. Gareth comes home tomorrow, so that'll be nice. He'll be home for a whole month. I'm excited about that. Hope you guys are enjoying the season. Getting all your Christmas shopping done if you celebrate Christmas, if you're in an area where you do that. Or if you celebrate Hanukkah, Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or Happy Holidays. All right, so Spirit, what do we need to know about this message? Because it seems like it's very specific and it's for someone. So what do we need to know about this? Reset. This always comes out, which I'm fine with, but it's just so funny that it always comes out. What else, Spirit? What else does the collective need to know about this? Whatever this is, that they were raised to abandon themselves to care for others. Distraction. It looks like a moth to a flame burned by the fire. What is it? Your love is something, can't you feel my desire? Janet Jackson. So something is a distraction, a reset is needed. Heal yourself first. That's all I'm saying. I really feel like, especially this time of year for certain people, it can be particularly painful if you have challenging family members to deal with. What else, Spirit? Deception. Looks like someone's hugging you, but they have a knife behind your back. Okay. Let's get one more out of this deck, and then we'll move on to a different deck. What else, Spirit? Boundaries. Okay. So we're going to use this self-care deck that I got, because I think it will be really helpful. We are going to get some more information from a different deck first. So, I'm being called to use this deck, the Oracle of Riftwalker. So, what do we need to know about the reset button for the collective in this message? What do we need to know? Lantern bearer. When divine whispers pause, the living guide steps forward. So maybe someone is helping you to recover from this situation. What else, Spirit? Root of remembrance. What lies beneath the surface is not gone. It waits for you to remember. So that can be a good and a bad thing, depending on what you're remembering. So let's keep going. What else, Spirit? And it's underneath distraction. The final ember. At once, a vibrant fire has extinguished, leaving only smoldering lessons and wisdoms. So whatever happened here, I feel like you did learn a lot, as we all do growing up in this life. So what about under deception, Spirit? The splintering tree. Truth cracks the surface. Conflict does not defeat, it reveals. So maybe this is something that you hadn't really thought about. I don't know. It's so weird. I feel like issues from our childhood come up when we are raising our children. I feel like that's when it rears its ugly head. So what else? What else about boundaries? Waning oaths. The slow fade of promise once held sacred, now gently released into the mist. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. So I feel like you've recognized this. Maybe you've had to forgive. It's left you with the ability to realize that you do need to heal yourself. And then deception and truth cracks the surface. Conflict does not defeat, it reveals. So maybe you've discovered that someone in your family of origin has not been completely truthful with you. I had no idea how this reading was going to go. I was like, this is a very weird message. So, and then boundaries, the slow fading of promises once held sacred, now gently released into the midst. So I feel like this person is taking off their chains. They've decided that, you know, whether they've forgiven this family member or not, that they are letting it go. So this is really interesting. Like I said, I had no idea what was going to come out here. So what does the collective need to know about moving forward? Like, so they've reset, they've listened to the divine whispers, they've listened to their living guides. So what does the collective need to do at this point? So you got the absolute yes list. So you got, if you focus on what you don't want, there's a good chance you might get it. Focus on what you want instead. Yeah, so maybe it's a time for you to be a little selfish and focus on what you need and want. And then we have happiness. Your thinking will either make you happy or take your happiness away. You choose. Yeah, so you can look at this as like, I guess, as like part of yourself, because if all of this hadn't happened, if you weren't raised to abandon yourself to care for others, then you wouldn't have turned into the person that you are. So what else, Spirit? Needs. Do you need more time to yourself? A break from thinking too much? A kind encounter with a friend? Your needs matter, and it's time to honor them. Yes. And I feel like that's where the self-care comes in, because and I'm going to say it, I know, this tarot is not gender-based, okay? And this could be for dads raising children. It could be for anybody raising children. But in my experience, moms will twist themselves into 7 different shapes to get their children what they need and want. That's how it was with my children. So That being said, you're not always taking care of yourself. So I think, if anything, this is an important message for you to focus on yourself. And then what about the deception? Passion. Light up your life by honoring your deepest desires. Okay, that doesn't really. Growth. Evolution starts when you leave your comfort zone. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Yeah, so maybe you had to confront this family member, this deceptive family member who, you know, the cracks were creaking at the surface and maybe you didn't want to see it, but then the lightning bolt happened, or the tower, or whatever you want to call it. What about boundaries and the slow fading of promises once held sacred, now gently released into the midst? Well, that one wanted to come out. Rituals. Steady yourself with simple rituals. Do the dishes, fold laundry, water plants, make a cup of tea. Let wisdom sneak up on you. Yes, because a lot of times when you are doing those repetitive tasks, you get what you need from the universe. It'll pop in your head. So maybe that's for somebody. And then you are the queen of your life. Treat yourself like royalty. I agree with that. So, all right, let's get a couple more cards just to see if we can figure out why this is coming out now. Because, I mean, obviously it's probably coming out because something happened recently that you, I don't know, maybe you are considered the black sheep of the family, and maybe a lot of responsibility was put on you for that reason, and you put everyone else first, trying to win the love of your parental figures. So let's see if we can get a couple more cards, because this just, I mean, it's good. It's really good because you're seeing it, you're focusing on it, you know what to do. But what else, Spirit? Arrogance. Yeah, so the family member you could have been dealing with could have been arrogant. Your parent. What else, Spirit? Alchemy. So I have a feeling that whoever you are, you're a very strong person. You basically took this and you turned it into, you know, you turned it into gold. Like, oh, who's that character? I can't remember. There's a character. Who is it? Oh, the Midas touch. I'm thinking of the Muppet. Maybe you just, everything you touched, you alchemized and you made into your own. And then through self-expression. Yes. So you abandoning yourself at one point brought you back to the point where at some point something happened. Something triggered this. I don't know what it could have been. But you realized that you could alchemize and you could do it with who you are, just being who you are, just showing up. Integrity, yes, and showing up with your full integrity. Showing up like the badass that you are. All right, one more card, Spirit. Satisfaction. Yes. So I feel like maybe this is coming up because it's the holidays. Maybe this is someone that you are not speaking with. Let's see. Is the collective speaking with this person? You got frozen. Is the collective speaking with this family member? Beginning in reverse. So you are not. Whoever this is for, Specifically, you are not speaking to this particular family member or family members, however you want to look at it. All right, one more card, Spirit, and then I think we have all the information we need. Restraint. So I feel like you have used your restraint to the 10th power. So maybe, just maybe, this person needs some truth. And I'm not telling you what to do. That's not what I'm here for. Adaptability and union. And a dance. So I feel like energetically that this person may need some truth, but you know what? It's totally up to you and how you are going to handle the situation. Sometimes the silence is the truth. So that could be a message for somebody. But yeah, I think we have all the information we need. Let's get you an advice card. You know, I mean, I would never tell you to go back to a family member who treats you like crap. I just won't. I won't do that. Or a family that treats you like crap. I think we all have choices to make. We all have decisions in our lives. And for some reason, this is coming out. So you discern it the way that it fits for you. But I honestly feel like it's time for you to take care of yourself and to just you showing up as yourself. And you don't even have to show up to this person, but you showing up to yourself, you showing up as yourself in life says a lot about who you are and how special you are. So let's get an advice card. I mean, this is wonderful. I mean, it looks like, you know, there may have been struggles. You may have had to, you may have been very tempted to go back and, you know, grovel with this family member or whatever you were going to do. But in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, self-peace is the biggest thing we can give ourselves, especially in this life, because we only get one, and, you know, you want to at least have some peace and be happy, you know? All right. Personal choice. Exactly. Close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. Yeah, so if you identify with a hawk, I don't know. I mean, maybe you can just fly yourself out of the situation. And then white stag protector. You are an old soul, and I do believe that. I believe that you are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. I believe that. And, you know I probably say this a lot, but every life that you touch, every decision that you make, every, I don't know, every place you go, every person you see, you know, your kindness matters. And I can't say that enough. So, anyway, so this is finally out. So I hope that whoever you are taking good care of yourself, especially this time of year. And obviously, you know, if it resonates again, I would like to know, leave me a comment. And again, thank you guys so much. I can't thank you enough for all your likes, your shares, your subscribes. The channel is really doing well, and it's all because of you and your views, and I couldn't be more thankful. So I will see you guys soon. I love you so much, and take good care of yourselves. Be kind to each other. Bye.